Good evening. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Tonight we have a mission impossible. But we shall make it possible with RetroReels and Age Boomer and myself. How are y'all, gentlemen?
Very good, thank you. You all right?
I'm doing fine.
Cool. So this movie came out in 1996. I saw this in Connecticut. I was in school in Connecticut that summer. And I enjoyed the film. I didn't buy the soundtrack till years later. La La Land has an expanded edition out. It seems to be chronically out of stock. I haven't purchased it yet because it's always out of stock. Makes it hard to buy. But someone on this stream has some pretty sweet copies of this.
Oh.
Look at you, Retro. Show us your goodies.
Oh, okay. First off, is the single of the theme.
Oh.
By Adam Clayton and Larry Mullen, which are basically U2. Then we got the CD soundtrack, which there's 15 tracks on here. 10 of the 15 tracks aren't actually in the film, so it's a bit daft, but never mind. And then we've got the Mondo.
Oh, that's nice.
2 LP Danny Elfman score.
What colors are the LPs?
This is just black, I think.
Okay. Ninja Black.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just black. Yeah, it is. It says, yeah. I haven't bothered getting any of the sequels yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to. You can get a collector's box as well. The house and more.
Cool.
Did you see this the summer it came out?
Yeah, I saw it day one in the cinema.
What did you think?
Loved it. It was different to what I thought it would be going in. I thought it would be more sort of action orientated, but obviously a solid thriller. And then the end scene with in the Channel Tunnel.
Yes.
I just put a smile across my face for the rest of the weekend. Yeah. Awesome.
What's your story?
I remember seeing this in the theater. I was looking forward to it because I was on kind of there was a spy espionage resurgence in the 90s with the release of GoldenEye 007 movie, first Pierce Brosnan. And then,
right?
It was a video game as well, but then it was a movie first, and then it was a.
I've seen fun.
I'm just okay. Well, it was a big deal video game. I mean, it was in some ways. So I'm not going to try to discount that. Probably a bigger deal than the Mission Impossible game that came out. But
yeah, that was absolute crap.
Yeah, apparently Tom Cruise wouldn't allow his likeness in it either. That was a thing.
Wow,
but
surprised when he saw the gameplay.
Yeah, but I was I was on a real kick with this stuff. My favorite of I guess, what's genre film? Is spy a genre film? Do we consider that like espionage?
So. Yeah.
Action thriller.
Yeah. I was a big fan of those movies. My favorite of those resurgent movies is Ronin, which with Robert De Niro and actually Jean Reno, who's in this as well, I believe. But
yeah.
No, but I really like Mission Impossible. I remember when I got it on VHS for Christmas. Whoever in my family understood that I wanted the widescreen version, because back then getting a widescreen copy of anything on anything was like
you had it widescreen on VHS.
They had it widescreen on VHS, and that's what they bought because I think at that point they understood people were wanting to get widescreen, and of course, eventually I'd get it on DVD. But it's a No, I've enjoyed it, and it's funny because I keep watching the Mission Impossible over the years. Before the release of Fallout, I did a marathon where I rewatched all of the Mission Impossible movies from beginning to end again, just to recap. And it actually interests me how different this one is from the others, but you still kind of see a lot of the building blocks were laid down in this movie, what we get in later films too. So it's a good movie. I almost wondered if it would be too slow paced for a modern audience. I think it holds up well though, and I enjoy it a lot. And good twist with the villain at the end, and Okay. That's it. How about you? Did you see it when it came out?
Just one time, and that summer. And I don't think I'd seen it since then until a couple weeks ago when Eric was talking about it, and then Ian was talking about it. I was like, I'll go back and rewatch it, and then we discussed doing it. So I think I've seen it twice since then. But it's not something I've ever gone back to. It does hold up very well, I think. It just wasn't one of those films that I was in love with.
I want to say it's a pretty smart movie, especially for a summer blockbuster. So I want to give it points for that. But
speaking about being a smart movie, the screenplay went through a whole bunch of drafts, and it got nominated at the Stinkers Bad Movie Award and the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Script that year.
You know what? Kiss my ass. That's what I say to that. I'm sorry. It's your channel. I shouldn't be cussing.
It's fine, Boomer.
I'm tired. I'm tired of snobs. This was a solid movie. People were kind of like, I don't think this movie got the props it deserved the summer it came out. I remember watching this one channel where they were reenacting scenes from all the different movies that year, and they had the woman on the show, and she was redoing the scene where he's being suspended down from the ceiling trying to grab the thing.
Everyone redid that scene. That worked its way into social consciousness.
Yeah. And then she's saying, show me the money. And it says, I said, show me the money because there weren't really quotable lines from Mission Impossible. I'm like, yes, there are. Like the scene where the guy's complaining about, the president wanting to run the country without asking your permission. I like that line. But anyway, I don't know. But we'll get to that. Anyway, solid series, Birdman, though. You should catch up on the others. I remember when I saw Ghost Protocol, which was number 4, and I was like, I felt very happy that we had a decent movie the Christmas season to go into a theater and see when that movie was out. That was actually a lot of fun, and I did like the fact that did get released around Christmas time, because you need a decent movie at Christmas time, I think. But,
you do.
Yeah.
Let me just check the comments here in the chat. Go Team Ghost Planet Forevermore. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. David Pinsack's in the house. He says, hello there, Birdman, H Boomer, and Retro Reels. Big Al, hello, everyone. David has the 12-inch single on CD. That's cool. I just discovered on eBay there's a LP single from the YouTube people doing the theme. I may have to get that come payday. We will see. And whoops, I went too far. David said, I was interested in seeing what Brian De Palma would do with this, and he said he enjoyed it. Yeah, I think Brian De Palma was a good choice for director. And Big Al. Yeah, it does have Kristen Scott Thomas, but not enough Kristen Scott Thomas. Any movie with more Kristen Scott Thomas, thumbs up for me.
Were either of you familiar with the old television series? I'm curious.
Yeah, I saw it on TV.
Okay.
Never really followed it. But
is this considered like a follow-up to that? Or is it a redo? This is what I didn't understand, because I should probably just go back and watch the old show. In fact, apparently there was a Mission Impossible show made in the late 80s as well.
There was. Yeah. Lasted 2 seasons, I think.
But I'd like to think that this movie series is just a continuation of what started there. With
I think it's more, rather than a redo or a continuation, I think it's just more stories with the same characters.
Okay, yeah.
In the same world type thing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Linked at all.
Gotcha.
Now, the original cast wasn't happy with this film because Mr. Phelps turned out to be a bad person at the end.
Spoiler
for like, how old is this movie now?
Dot don't shop. See you later. You just ruined the end, man.
Let's get the movie started. If
all right.
Y'all gentlemen are ready.
I got it on Vudu, so I'm actually going to watch it with the sound on for a change, which I know sounds ridiculous since this is soundtracks of Birdman. But all right, I'm ready. Whenever you are. Got the Paramount logo queued up with the 1 second marks. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I got the Paramount logo. You ready, Retro?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Play.
I was thinking earlier, if you look at this film, this is like the film of generations. You've got actors with either famous parents or famous children in it.
Interesting.
Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, Martin Sheen. Yeah.
Yeah. Vanessa Redgrave. You've got John Voight.
Yes.
Let's see if we can spot any others.
I'm trying to think of where Tom Cruise was with his career at this point. I think he was probably an A-lister at this point, I think.
Yeah.
But
This
I
was
think
his first production company.
Jerry Maguire before this, wasn't it?
yeah, Jerry Maguire came out the same year. Yeah. So you like the score to this, Birdman?
I like the Alan Silvestri version better.
Okay.
He was doing the score, and he was replaced. From my understanding, Tom Cruise told him he had to go.
Huh.
The story is Tom Cruise heard something Danny Elfman did, if I recall correctly, and he just wanted him to do the film, and he just booted Silvestri. There is an unofficial release. You can find it on eBay. I think there was 2 or 3 copies on eBay today. The first half is Mission Impossible, and the second half is Eraser.
Oh, okay. Now, it's interesting. I think the masks work differently in this first movie, whereas it's actually Tom Cruise in disguise, and then he kind of removes the mask. But I think in later movies, they're like spot on, look just like the other person. But I could be wrong there. But it feels like they were done slightly differently in this movie.
They were real masks, though. They were done by...
No, well, that's my point. Yeah, they're real masks as opposed to the sequels where it's just the other actor.
Yeah.
Tom pretending to be the Ethan Hunt or Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, so what you mean. You can tell it's Tom Cruise in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
That's always the kicker in all of the sequels. They play the same trick every single time. You think it's someone, but then they just rip the mask off and find out it's someone else. If all the baddies from the sequels had seen the previous films, they'd know.
Yep. Now, I don't think this movie, they're just showing various scenes of them doing stuff. I don't think in the sequels we get now, they actually preview the movie you're about to watch in the opening credits, which I think is kind of clever. They show you what you're about to see, but you don't have the context for what you're seeing yet because you haven't seen the whole movie yet. You know.
I'm just curious, has anyone ever flown on an airplane this nice?
No. I mean, where they offer you movies and champagne and stuff like that? No.
Not first class, no.
So Rico 5 is saying we need to watch Morbius.
Morbius?
Yes, it's a movie about a vampire creature.
Yeah, so I've heard. Yes.
Why? Because it's good, or because it's bad?
That's a good question.
I think it's a good early 1990s superhero movie.
No, it's just come out about a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll have to watch Spawn someday if we're going by that logic, right?
Well, we could have like a 90s superhero month.
Oh man, Spawn. Ugh.
The worst use of CGI ever.
Yeah, well, it was the early
The end,
days,
the
and they
end
were
scene.
amazed. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't interrupt.
The end scene with that demon is just ridiculous.
Terrible.
The rest of
Yeah.
the CGI in it, like him, his cape and everything else ain't bad, but
Yeah.
that's just it's like a bad video game at the end, isn't it?
And Big Al, I completely agree with you. She is hot. Yes.
Executive producer Paul Hitchcock. Is that any relation to Alfred? Maybe. Oh.
I don't know. This dates the film. Can't smoke on planes no more.
Nope.
Though he probably could on that jet he's on.
I like how one of the later Mission Impossibles, the message that was supposed to self-destruct didn't. Something went wrong and it didn't self-destruct, so Ethan has to bang it a couple times to get it to self-destruct. I remember that. Prague.
I went to Prague, early 2000s.
Is it nice?
Yeah, very nice. Went across the bridge and tried to pick out the locations from the
From
scenes
this
that are about
movie?
to come up.
Now, I think one of the complaints about the movie I heard from people who watched the show was they said the show was more about the team, whereas this focuses more on Ethan Hunt.
Yeah.
I think they've corrected that in the sequels. I think as we now get regular and rotating team members in the sequels. Like Jeremy Renner shows up in some of the movies sometimes. Hawkeye, and Ving Rhames still shows up every now and then too. And you have Simon Pegg, who's a delight in the Mission Impossible movies.
David brings up from the book Tour Music Rejected Film Scores that Silvestri's score was more in vein with Romancing the Stone. I don't agree with that. I tried to listen to Romancing the Stone. I couldn't get much more than 5 or 10 minutes into it. And maybe it's just different taste right here. I enjoyed what he did for Mission Impossible. But I did not enjoy Romancing the Stone at all. I'm like, dude, that's an easy path for me to not buy or listen to again. Has anyone else heard the rejected score besides me? It is available on YouTube. You can listen to it on YouTube.
I'm going to try and find it. Download.
So, do you like the setup of this? How the Nautilus will expose all the spies? Did they use this in one of the other? Go
set
ahead.
up for like an espionage film? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Elfman was suggested by Nicole Kidman, who she was married to Tom Cruise at the time, or are they just dating still?
I think they were married.
Okay. The only thing shameful about that is Nicole Kidman never married me.
She married a country music star, I believe, right? After Tom Cruise.
There's still time. Yes, there is still time to watch for Nicole Kidman to marry me.
I think that having John Voight in this was a big deal too at the time. I know he was kind of a Hollywood legend at this point. Midnight Cowboy and other movies, but is that
News
is
Hour
that,
with
is that Senator Patrick Moynihan? I forgot all about him. Not as neat as a Q branch scene, but I think it gets the job done. But, yeah.
I should marry Jared Leto. I don't think we would get along very much. I don't think that would be a good combination right there.
If you did get married, her name would still sound the same, wouldn't it be Nicole Birdman? Nicole Kidman.
Something tells me she wouldn't take my last name. She would just keep going by Kidman.
How's she going to star in Aquaman 2 with Nicole Birdman? Come on, that's
Emilio Estevez was quite a big star at this time as well, wasn't he?
yeah. Was this after he was in Young Guns? Right, I think this was after that.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 and 2, I think.
Oh, I think that's the big. Yeah,
He'd done stuff like he had that spoof movie with Samuel Jackson, didn't he? Loaded Weapon.
oh right,
He'd done like Mighty Ducks, stuff like that.
that's right. He still acts. I see him in smaller movies every now and then, but he was in a movie about libraries actually a couple of years ago.
Do I slay? I'm not familiar with that verb.
You're not familiar with what?
The term slay. Do you slay? I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the hippest person around, so. Free Jack, that's right. That was a pretty good sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater. Free Jack. Mick Jagger was in that.
Yeah, Mick Jagger was in that, wasn't he?
Yep. I'm trying to think who else was in it.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying about the masks, you can tell that's Tom Cruise under there.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's just they obviously use the actor they're intending to be in the later ones.
Now, you could just assume that the Impossible Mission Force just got so much better at making masks after this movie that they can look just like the person. And I often think that John will introduce that because he had just done Face Off and he wanted like the voice to change and he wanted he was kind of riffing on what he did on Face Off.
So, Retro, Boris Johnson or Jake Paul, who would win in a boxing match?
I don't think Boris Johnson would win in any boxing match,
regardless
of who he was against. A lying match, he might have a chance because he's good at that.
He is a politician.
Yeah, he's just. I was watching today. He's gone basically.
I don't really. So, like, you can recall. You recall the prime minister. Is that what y'all do?
I'm not quite sure how it works. I think I can They have to go and see the Queen and ask for permission to step down.
Mm.
And do they have to, or
Or
can
they
they be
can have
like,
a vote
no,
of
I'm delayed?
confidence. Sorry, what you say?
Do they have to step down, or can they refuse?
No, I'm not sure what the ins and outs of it are.
You like those old computers?
They look pretty fancy to me.
State of the art back then. No, I'm just saying, it's the old monitors and everything. I mean, it's not the green on black that we had in Alien, but you know, it's it's.
Big old CRTs.
Yep. I love a good CRT. I do miss them, but what can you do?
That's the thing in futuristic movies. They never had flat screens or anything. It was all CRTs, wasn't it?
Yeah, the
Never
only
thought.
one I can think of that had the widescreen was I forget that one with is it Ray Fiennes? I don't know, the one that took place like on New Year's Eve, and like they had the widescreen TVs. They were still CRTs, but they were widescreen. But yeah,
Oh, Strange Days.
Strange Days. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Even like the little video phones in RoboCop and Total Recall were
It's always
basically
CRTs.
weren't they, on their sides?
Yeah.
Portrait instead of like what's that
Flat
game
screens.
Vectrex, like Vectrexes, weren't they?
Yep. I'll say this: there's a pretty good ensemble cast in the team itself too. So
I was shocked when they all got killed too.
yeah, it wasn't actually. Probably came as a surprise when they were all getting eliminated. Though I'm sure in the trailer he screams in the trailer, "My team is dead." You know, I'm sure they spoil that in the trailer because actually I don't know if they
Yeah.
did or not.
Even the windows on the computer screen are like the old AOL.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. I was thinking that. Yeah,
Windows
yeah. Like
95 screens.
I'm even wondering if like the early Windows screens. Yeah, yeah. Remember when Windows 95 came out? That was a huge deal. That was like
Hmm.
that was the only time anyone I got excited for a Windows release, and after that, it's always been like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, you dread the next
Yes.
iteration.
I heard people like 7. Seven I heard was a good release of that, but then after that, I don't know.
Yeah, this was a shock when Emilio got the.
Yeah.
Although it's very cleverly done because you don't actually see him die, so you're like half expecting him to turn up again.
Hmm.
I think I should do that in more movies,
Yeah.
just for shock value. Just kill main characters. There's not enough main characters dying these days.
Oh.
Oh, you did.
Oh.
No, he's pretty much dead. You did see, or it was implied that something went through his face.
Yeah.
I think that may have been cut in the original UK release.
Oh, it could have been. I mean, it was. I don't know how much they really show, even in the American release, because it was a PG-13 movie. But you get the implication of what might have happened. Yeah, it's possible that they cut it down. Yeah, it's possible they cut it down.
Apparently not.
Hmm.
I just got onto IMDb and looked at alternate versions.
Huh.
The only
Interesting.
one there says the in-joke where Tom Cruise goes online with his laptop by typing in not Usenet but CruiseNet has been changed in the US DVD versions to where he types internet access.
I see.
That's the only alternate. Maybe I blinked and missed that bit. The spikes going in his head.
Yeah. But I
Big
think
Al,
some
I
of the
wish we were that close to Kristen Scott Thomas.
To be fair, though, some people we think are dead come back, right?
Yeah, did either of y'all figure it out first go around?
No. I'm never good at figuring out like mysteries and stuff like that. Like I'll watch a Midsummer Murder and I'm completely lost. I'll say this though, maybe I should have known because John Voight, at least at the time, was a pretty big actor himself, so it seemed a little odd just to use him up in the beginning. Of course, they did it with Brando and Superman, so maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean we killed Kristen Scott Thomas and killed Emilio Estevez, and
Yep.
I think it's well done where they've basically kill off so many characters that it disguises the fact that John Voight isn't dead.
Mm.
Yeah, I went and found these steps. I was in
Oh,
Prague.
really? They creak like that?
Yeah. A few cars blew up when I was running up and down them.
that would be bad. David's met Tom Cruise. That's cool. Met him on the Rain Man set. Yeah, he is. He's not a tall dude.
That was actually pretty clever. You see him dying on the screen there, right? It was.
Was he a nice guy? At least.
Of course, I think part of me was almost suspicious of her. That look she's giving there, and I'm like, is she behind this or something? But
David said he was a very nice gentleman. That's good. Sucks when you meet someone famous and they're just a complete ass to you.
Team Ghost says it's overkill killing off so many characters in a film. I disagree with that. I think it's a pleasant change, especially these days. Hardly anyone important dies.
that's true. It seems like no one's dead in a lot of these blockbusters. They come right back.
Remember watching The Rise of Skywalker when you thought Chewbacca was dead? I was like, yes. I like Chewbacca, but this would add so much more impact to the story if he was actually dead. No.
And then he comes right back, yeah.
It's always good when you get something unexpected happen. Up the ante.
Oh, your fingerprints are all over that bloody knife. That guy, was he just wrong place, wrong time?
Well, he was in on the sting operation.
Oh, okay. I didn't recognize him. Okay. It's interesting. You put something into the phone that way you can.
See, met Richard Dreyfuss, and he was an ass. Was he an ass, or was he just on cocaine at the time? Not trying to be mean, but drugs can make people not very pleasant. So we can give him the benefit of the doubt. But maybe he wasn't. Maybe he really is just an ass.
Actually, I like it. I like in the new.
Go ahead, Boomer.
I was going to say in the new trailer, you get to see Kittredge again.
Yeah.
This is an often parodied and copied scene as well, isn't it? With the old fish tank going.
Oh, yeah.
In films, have you seen where a fish tank goes and all the fish fall out? Since this one,
I'm trying to think the latest movie I've seen that in. Was it one of the John Wick movies where that happened?
Bad Boys, I think.
Yeah, okay.
There's one as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
David worked with Dreyfuss on Lost in Yonkers and says he was just a true ass. Okay, that sucks. Really does.
I've heard Matthew Perry was kind of an ass too. Guy from Friends.
Thing is, you catch these people on a bad day, and that's what you forever remember, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer to the new movie?
Yep.
I have, yes.
This guy's in it, isn't he?
Yep. And I thought that's very interesting they're bringing him back for this latest one because I didn't like him in this movie as character, and it's just he has that same, I don't want to say oiliness, but like he
Sliminess, maybe.
He just makes me uncomfortable. He's like government bureaucrat, just no personality. Just I don't like him. Just
He played a similar character in Clear and Present Danger too.
well, that's right.
I will say this, Boomer, that when I first saw it, I thought Kittredge was the bad guy.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
He's like the obvious pick. Actually, you're right. He's maybe that's what offsets you with. Well, I don't know. A certain other actor in the last Mission Impossible, how he comes off as an ass. You're thinking, well, he can't possibly be the bad guy because you'd be expecting it, right? But it's
Good point.
these are good angles.
They are interesting. Kind of just like right in your face, but down a little bit.
They make you uncomfortable in the audience. That's what I like about them. You don't really get stuff like this in modern Hollywood movies. Stuff, little things like this.
So you're about to see 16 tons of water get released on a set. And this was done in one shot. And they were worried Tom Cruise might drown in the process. But hey, it all worked out. It's all good.
That's the magic of the movies. Now it'll all be CG, probably. I don't know.
It would be all CG now.
No,
Yep.
I'd like to think they'd still do.
Now, Tom Cruise still does a lot of his own stunts, doesn't he?
That's true.
What did make me laugh, though, is the way the buzz from Top Gun Maverick infected people. And they were like, oh, yeah, it's all real. It's all real. There's no CGI. I went to see that film. And I was like, bullshit. It's just good CGI.
You know, if I'm okay with good CGI. As long as it's good. Trouble is, we have a lot of
people just got on the bandwagon that there was not a single CGI shot in the film. Everything was for real. This makes me laugh.
I like that line. You shake hands of the devil, that's fine. Just make sure you do it in hell. That's just funny. I remember this scene in the trailer. They made a big point about this scene in the trailer.
No fish were harmed in this scene. I'm joking. I have no idea. They probably were.
They probably just said all they probably needed was fake fish to put in the water.
David says the term is Dutch angles, Boomer, with their tilt the camera.
Cool. Yes.
We've got 11 people watching, but not that many people chit-chatting in the chat. Leave a comment. What's your thoughts on Mission Impossible? When did you first see it? Do you like the series? Have you seen how many films are there? 6, 7, 25? You know, let's hear from you.
There have been 8.
8. Okay. Yeah. Well, when you first saw this, did you think this was going to be like Tom Cruise's biggest franchise with 8 films?
No, there have been 6. There have been 6. Excuse me. My mistake. Okay. 6.
But they're making
have
8
by the time these last 2 are done. What?
They're making 2 more.
They're making 2 more, so it will be 8. Yes. Did I see this as an ongoing thing? I didn't necessarily know if we'd get a sequel, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah. Wrap your head around this. There will almost be as many Mission Impossible Tom Cruise films as there are Star Wars movies.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Mission Impossible. They were very spaced out. Like, we didn't get a sequel to this till 2000. We didn't get a sequel. Mission Impossible 3, was that 2006 when that came out?
Yeah. That
was later. And then we got Ghost Protocol, I think, in the 2010s sometime. I mean, was it 2012 or 20? It wasn't 2012. Was it 2011? I think. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's only 3 or 4 years. I think the last couple were quite close together, weren't they? Rogue Nathan and Fallout. I think they were only 2 or 3 year apart. 2 maybe.
I remember when I saw Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol and I learned that Brad Bird had been the one that directed. I thought they should just get him for the next Star Wars movies because he's already shown he can direct live action very well. And I think he even had a history at Lucasfilm before he went over to Pixar. So I thought he would have been a shoo-in, but they didn't pick him. Internet link. Did you know what the internet was at this point, Birdman?
I'd heard of it, but I didn't really use it much.
When did this come out? Was this 96?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. This was I think I had been using the internet for a few months at this point. Yeah, because we'd gotten in my house in the fall of 95. Plus I was taking introductory computer classes at the community college I went to, which were actually very important. I kind of having those classes because they got me up to speed pretty quick on how to use a computer, and they were not that difficult. So I don't know if they even still offer those now because I guess people figure you already know this stuff, but they were at the time they were very useful.
Oh, Big Al's got the complete list for us. Mission Impossible 96 to 2000, 1993, 2006. Wow, 6-year gap. Ghost Protocol 2011. Oh well, yeah, there
I
are
was
some
correct on the dates.
pretty
Okay,
big
that's
gaps in
interesting.
there. Rogue Nation was 2015, and now the new one is will be 2023.
In some ways, I think it may have worked better that they spaced these movies out. I think not rushing just to keep cranking out sequels, get them right, and then release them when you're ready.
Yeah, if you think about it, Fast and Furious came out around the same time as Mission Impossible 3. There's what, 10 of them now?
Yep. And oddly enough, they have turned into this genre of movie. It's just that they're a little more ludicrous. In fact, I think Ludacris is in them too. But
Yeah.
This is what we call email, Birdman. Okay,
I know what email
you can
is.
actually send someone a message and get a response back. We don't get those neat little envelope things anymore, though, because
I'll have you know, I mailed a card in an envelope the other day.
Oh my goodness!
An actual card. Friend had a wedding anniversary.
See, is he writing in German?
In a lot of these films, people email someone and get like a response instantly, don't they?
Yeah.
In real life, you're like sitting there for 3 days. Why haven't they emailed me back?
I know. That's
Have they
funny.
seen it?
Oh.
This is well done because you can tell he's tired, and that is he hallucinating or
Mm-hmm.
is it real? And he is hallucinating.
We got Claire. Now, what did you figure her for? Love interest in this movie?
I'm amazed that they didn't push that angle in this film. Really, I think that's very commendable that they didn't get involved after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they did it on? They didn't get involved with each other on purpose.
Of course, in the trailer, it showed them kissing in the trailer.
Oh, really?
Did it?
Yeah. And I read online that there was going to be a love triangle between him, her, and Mr. Phelps, but they decided to nix it. And I think that was the right decision. Did either of you ever want to be spies?
You didn't.
That's a good answer.
I don't know if I ever wanted to be a spy. I want to be an archaeologist like Indiana Jones when I was a kid. I think
He was a spy at one point, in a few points actually.
What are you talking about?
Indiana Jones was a spy in World War I and World War II.
Oh, please! You're talking about the show.
It's canon, my friend.
Yeah, everything's canon until it isn't.
Everything's canon until it's not.
I did watch some of that show. I did like the World War One stuff because I wasn't familiar with World War One at the time, so it was my introduction to World War One. And thinking, oh, this is actually a pretty nasty war.
Yeah.
It's funny. Someone I knew on the social medias, they said write down the last movie you saw. That's the way you die. And I said, oh,
Oh Lord.
I think I had 19. What was it? 1917. I wrote down as like that's not good. That's, if you like that term, knock list, I think of knockwurst when I hear that, but I don't know.
I hadn't really pondered it yet.
Well, it's kind of interesting in these movies because with the end of the Cold War, at least back in the 90s, I guess they were thinking, what are we going to still do spy movies or anything like that? How do we reinvent this stuff? But they figured out a way, keep it going. Did either of you see The Saint with Val Kilmer?
I did. Yeah.
I remember not liking that one as much as I thought I would have when I saw it, but I saw, hey, it's another spy movie.
There you got the henchman Andreas Wisniewski, I think his name is, also in The Living Daylights and Die Hard.
Hmm.
Who is he in The Living Daylights?
Necros, the milkman.
That's Necros?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he returned it to in Ghost Protocol. The same character.
Hmm.
One of the greatest henchmen of the 80s.
Interesting. Yep.
Everyone thought Max was a man.
I like the fact that they have reoccurring characters in these movies that show up in later movies. Yeah, it's funny you pointed that out. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, she shows up in one of the later movies. She makes a comment on how ugly Solomon Lane is. I remember that. Or was it somebody else who did that? Maybe that was somebody else.
I can't remember that. I'm talking about the henchman. He turned up, didn't he?
Oh, right.
In Ghost Protocol.
I was thinking of her.
On the boat.
Oh, no. I think I was getting this confused with something else. Never mind.
They bounce off each other really well in this.
Mm-hmm.
Plays that part really well. And to link to other movies, she is Liam Neeson's mother-in-law, or was.
Oh, okay. Natasha Richardson. Is that Miranda Richardson? Is that right?
Yeah, they're daughters. Yeah, which one was the one that got Liam Neeson? I can't remember.
Natasha is the one
she
who
died in a
passed
skiing
away.
accident, didn't she?
Yes. Yeah, I've been on a Liam Neeson kick lately. I keep watching Liam Neeson movies I've missed where he's angry and frustrated and on a plane or on a train or something like that.
Go Team Ghost Planet. I know The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I never watched it. I've seen several YouTube videos about The Man from Uncle. I feel like I need to sit down and watch some of the episodes at some point in time.
They did a movie too, a couple years back.
Yeah, I'd probably skip that. I just go for the TV show. That's just me, though. Teach his own. And I'm familiar with the Avengers, the old school Avengers from Great Britain about the spies. I saw the film with Ralph Fiennes and Sean Connery. I enjoyed that film. I know no one else on the planet likes that movie aside from me.
Well, Thurman was in that one, right?
She was. Yes, she was.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard there's a scene with bear suits in it.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that, but I mean it's okay. I still enjoyed the film.
Nicolas Cage put on a bear suit at the end of The Wicker Man too. I mean, it's just the Wicker Man rewatch is coming at some point. Daniel.
The bees.
Maybe around Halloween.
Scariest movie ever.
The Wicker Man?
Oh yeah, the one, the Nick Cage one, not that classic movie. Just forget about the old one. Just watch the Nick Cage one.
Boomer, have you seen Ice Road with Liam Neeson?
No, I haven't because I'm not a Netflix subscriber at the moment. I know that's on there.
I saw that at the cinema, I think.
See, I'm thinking Ice Road is not the same as.
I know. I'm thinking of Cold Pursuit.
Yeah, Cold Pursuit. I know they sound similar. Yeah, that one I saw. The one with the. Oh, that was the funniest scene in it when the Indian tribe goes to the hotel and they said we'd like a room, and the woman says, "Do you have a reservation?" They say, "What's that? Go back to the reservation." And it turns to this big stink, and it's. Call Pursuit was funny. That was worth a look. But no, I haven't seen Ice Road. I know that's I think it's a Netflix exclusive at the moment. So when and if some member of my family re-ups for Netflix, most likely for the next season of The Crown, I will watch Ice Road then.
This guy here with the grey hair, he has been in a ton of films. He's ex-army military advisor.
Oh, that's right. He was in.
The first thing that comes to mind he was in was Under Siege.
Was he also was he involved with Platoon, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Yes, I think he was.
And I think he was also involved with Saving Private Ryan too. Yeah.
Trying to find what his name is.
Olive.
Can't for the life of me think what his name is. Dale Dye. Is that him? Yeah. Yeah, Platoon, Casualties of War, Under Siege. Got 89 credits to his name.
Wow. I seem to remember a scene in Under Siege involving a cake, but I'm a little fuzzy about what happens.
Yeah.
But
I have to keep our eyes peeled. I've just spotted in the credits that Garrick Hagon is in this, he's as a CNN reporter. He played Biggs in Star Wars.
Hmm.
And also Bruce Wayne's dad in Batman.
Would both not the 6 hour and the Beretta, would they both not be 9mm? Don't you think? Am I just being picky here?
I don't know.
I mean, why would they have two different caliber pistols? Makes life complicated. That's all I'm saying.
We have Ving Rhames.
Both these guys were in a lot of movies at this time, weren't they?
Yeah, Jean Reno. He was in Ronin. Leon the Professional
Leon.
too.
Professional. Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla.
I didn't see the Godzilla of the '90s. I stayed away from that one.
Actually got Ving Rhames on this shirt. He was in Con Air, wasn't he?
He was.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. I saw Con Air in the theater when that came out.
Same here, first night.
Yes, I think I saw it first night too.
We need to do a rewatch of that.
Con Air is a good one. I like Steve. I was happy when Steve Buscemi was in it because I like him in anything. Just,
yeah, that's a wicked cast in that.
Yeah, John Malkovich is the villain. I remember that. Yeah.
What was his name? Like Cyrus the Virus, or
Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah.
Cyrus the Virus. Ving Rhames was Diamond Dog. And Steve Buscemi was Garland Green.
Yeah, I
I
got
read the other day that they're talking about doing a sequel. The director of that wants to do a sequel to that set in space.
a Con Air set in space with Nick Cage.
Yeah. Only Nicolas Cage can make it work because he can make anything work.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious to see this new Nick Cage movie out where he's playing like himself, or at least like a caricature of himself in the movie.
I've got that. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that one. This is back then. You heard the word hacker, you thought like sorcerer, magician. You know, it's like at least those of us with little computer knowledge. It's like you know. At least it's not Angelina Jolie as the hacker, right?
That's considered a period drama now.
Of course.
This is all very well set up in it because it's played as if you think Ving Rhames is the double agent.
Oh, this is the scene where they put something in the guy's coffee. I remember that to get him to run to the bathroom.
Would anybody want to work in such a room?
Just thinking that it's a bit far fetched, isn't it? Unless you're doing some sort of practical work, you wouldn't just go into there and sit at a computer and type in shit, would you?
Seems very lonely.
I don't know. It's like you imagine these places are you know in the Pentagon somewhere, right? It's you know it's.
Well, I mean, they have secure rooms and they have clean rooms and all that stuff. But I think usually you're not in them for 8 hours a day.
Don't leave your drink in there. It's called Mission Impossible. That's the point.
This is like the second time they purchased. The second time we've heard the theme since the opening credits.
I think so. Well, you don't want to use it all up. You don't want to have it playing every 2 seconds. You know, you want to have it.
I think we could use it more. Silvestri used it more in his version.
I don't think you should use it more. It's just get overused. It's just an indication to tell you the shit's gonna hit the fan in a second. It's like sit up straight, you know, you're gonna see something.
I think we could have had a few more scenes of him sending and receiving emails myself, but
Emails are exciting, Boomer.
back then I'm sure it was all like, what is that? Oh, that's an email. Trying to explain to the audience what an email is. I'm just to be fair, I don't know if I was using email yet in '96. I don't know that I was, so yeah, there's that.
Boomer, when was your first internet girlfriend?
What?
Yeah, who was your first internet girlfriend? I know we
I'm
all
not-
were in college. All of us did. Come
I
on.
had an internet girlfriend. I don't know that I did. I don't know. I
Ever had a girl you talked to that you never saw a picture of, but you emailed all the
I had
time?
women I met in person, like when I was visiting friends in other states, and I would contact them sometimes. But that was not. No, nothing like. I heard stories in high school about like that was even prior to the year about. Oh, I know this chick. She's a real like nymph and all that. And you know, you need to contact her and get and it's like you always heard these stories, and I'm thinking it's all a bunch of BS. But
Retro, did you have a college internet girlfriend?
Not college, no.
No. Okay.
Internet over here didn't sort of come into full swing. I think the first time I used it must have been around 97-ish.
okay, so that long after me.
When that was just as like an experiment thing. Oh, look at this. It wasn't really wide. There wasn't anything to do, really. There wasn't much to look at till sort of eBay started up and then an Amazon and things like that. The real thing was I think 98 looking at when they put the Star Wars Episode 1 trailer online.
Yes.
I remember I went on the internet for video game news. That was my big thing early on.
Yeah, and all the movie buzz sort of started, didn't it? Like around then.
Yep.
Like really started with Episode 1 and then Lord of the Rings.
Remember Ain't It Cool News? That was the big site everybody went to, remember,
Yeah.
for movie news.
There's another one coming soon.net, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And IMDb started up and everyone started looking into everything, and it's just accelerated massively since then, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't remember watching video too well in the early days of the internet. I think I got excited when I was on TV and like the news channels. Oh, we're going to show you the trailer for the new Star Wars. I just recorded it that way I could keep watching it on the VHS.
That's how it was over here. They like announced, oh yeah, we're going to show this. Didn't tell you when. You had to what like I think over here it was on one of the breakfast programs. You had to, oh, we're going to watch this. You got to watch the show for the next 3 hours to catch it, type thing.
Mm-hmm. Don't drink the coffee, dude. That's like a special like IMF laxative she put in that drink, right?
You can actually buy that kind of stuff at spy shops.
Okay, well maybe that's where she got it. I'm just saying.
It will make you very, very sick.
That's pretty neat. Cancel out the lasers, huh? What was that one movie with Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones where they had to keep bending and all over the
Entrapment. Yeah.
the lasers? I remember that. Tom Cruise just gets rid of them with that device. See, oh, there's a scene with a rat coming up, isn't there?
Yeah, I never really got that. You wouldn't have a rat in an air conditioning system, would you?
Yeah, I mean, you would think if they're that tight about everything, a rat couldn't get in there, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Because it would have already walked over the lasers at some point.
Hmm. Yeah, I look forward to the next Mission Impossible, though. That'll be my big summer movie next summer. Please tell me there's not a scene of the rat trying to chew through the rope.
What do you say about these spice shops, Birdman? Where are these spice shops?
There's 2 in town that I know of.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. We've got one maybe 5 miles that way, and then there's one downtown. They sell like concealment purses and like
Really?
miniature cameras and recording devices and things you can like scan for bugs with, and mace and handcuffs and all kinds of stuff.
All right.
Do you remember that line of spy toys that existed back, what was it, the 80s or early 90s? Remember those?
I had like a fingerprint kit and stuff like that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I think they had that, but they had one which was like a microphone that would allow you to listen to people from far away. They had one of those for kids, and I remember I had that as a kid. It
Right.
actually worked, which I was impressed with. I forget, it was some kind of. I think it was. I think it was called Top Secret, or it was something like that. Some
Oh
kind of
yeah. Walkie-talkies and things like that.
stuff like that. They were actually pretty well made for kids' toys. I remember that. I had a couple of them. Yeah.
My kids had a cool thing years
Cool.
ago. It was like a laser system with, you had like a little, it was like a laser pointer thing, and like on a sucker, and then these
Huh.
other different suckers with mirrors where you had to try and make it bounce it off to get it back.
Huh.
Quite good.
Sounds neat.
Like a laser tripwire type thing.
He has to take the can with him.
That's probably wise, because it would stink up the room.
So, do you like the use of sound in this scene? Huh?
You kind of have to, because it's a quiet room.
Yeah.
I feel like if you had thrown a bunch of score into this, it would have kind of killed the effect of the quiet room.
Yeah. Less is more. Amplifies the concentration as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel sorry for this guy, because the one thing I hate more than anything is growing up.
You must have had some bad oysters the night before, huh?
I will never eat oysters. That's disgusting.
You've
Blah.
never eaten. You don't like oysters?
No, no. Mm-mm.
Huh. Okay. Raw oysters and Tabasco sauce? No. That's not-
No.
Okay. All right. You can get them fried too. You don't
Nope.
want to eat them raw. Okay. All right. You've never gotten the country fried shrimp at Cracker Barrel. Let me just.
Nope. I
Let
don't
me
eat
just
shrimp
guess.
either. Nope.
Oh my goodness, you're missing out, dude.
Nope. Cockroach of the sea. Nope. Nope.
What? Oh.
Big Al loves oysters.
There you go.
Figured he would. He is from Maryland.
There's the rat. See, if this was that Remo Williams movie, it would have been a Doberman up there, right? Crawling through the ducters.
Are people really that scared of rats, though?
Yeah.
They're not really going to bother you. They're typically more scared of you.
I don't know.
It's a disease and stuff they carry, that isn't it? Right, more than
The creature
the
itself,
rat
like the Black
itself.
Plague. Yeah, the Black Plague, I think, was them. Also, in World War One, I hear tell soldiers saw rats in the trenches that were as big as dogs or something. That were big
Yeah,
as
well,
cats, they
that's a
said.
slightly different circumstance. I mean,
Okay.
but Elizabeth caught one a week or so ago in the backyard. I thought she got a rabbit, but no, it was a like huge rat. It's like, good job, Elizabeth. Give that to me. We're going to throw it away.
Some people keep rats as pets, though, so I don't know. Look at that. That's.
At this point, you can say, sod this, I'm going home.
Don't perspire. Yeah, I don't know why he's not going home at this point. You're sick, but I don't know.
I would. Like, I'm out.
Or at least lie down in the lounge or something, right? It's like, come on. Oh, he killed the rat, huh?
Oh, and you dropped the knife.
Yes! Yes!
And I'm sure someone on the internet knows exactly what knife that is and where you can buy it.
How'd that get in here? Is Kittredge? Is that his lucky knife?
Seems to be the one he likes because he used it to kill the
Yeah.
Kristen Scott Thomas, and he left it in her.
Would you like to be manning a radar tower in Alaska?
Maybe when I was younger. You know.
Oh, keep me up, Birdman.
Oh, sorry, I forgot it's late over there in the UK, right?
Yeah.
It's 5 to
You
3.
are a warrior. I cannot stay up as late. I can get up early, but I can't stay up late. If you need to bounce, I totally understand.
No, I've started, so I'll finish.
Okay.
Was this a big movie in England?
Yeah. Pretty much. The same, I would imagine.
What's number 4 that year at the box office?
Number 4 at the box
Professor was
office?
out around the same time.
Yeah.
What were the big 3 after this one?
Big Al, can you look that up for me real quick with your internet?
I could always do it.
I'm on it now. Independence Day, Twister, Mission Impossible, and The Rock.
Oh man. Well, which is the best movie of those? I don't know.
Yeah, Nutty Professor.
Independence Day?
Ransom, that's a good movie.
Ransom was good. I remember that.
The Birdcage, The Time to Kill, 101 Dalmatians, First Wives Club, Eraser, Phenomenon.
Phenomenon? The Travolta movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. But
Jumanji.
right, remember Jumanji?
Yeah, Mission Impossible was the third, number 3 in the rankings for highest gross. It was beaten by Twister at number 2 and Independence Day at number 1.
Big Al says the knife is modeled after a Puma lockback.
Yikes.
And because I know Sirian's waiting for it. Birdman's knife of choice is the Beretta Airlight. Now, just seeing that he took the Bible from the Drake Hotel doesn't necessarily mean that he is Job, though. I mean, couldn't you just take the Bible and just take a Bible?
Mm.
That shows its age because you don't get them in hotels anymore, do you?
I don't think so.
Really?
Well, not over here anyway. Used to be the one thing you could guarantee to find in a drawer.
Yeah, I don't know if I have seen those in hotels recently. It's been a little while since I've been in a hotel, but yeah, I don't think I have seen those.
Al says the knife especially made for the film.
Wondering what that is. Is that like DVD RAM he's got? That can't. It predates DVD, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no DVD players weren't out yet. At least I didn't know of them if they were.
Looks like a DVD RAM disc. They were slightly bigger though, I think. That looks like a smaller disc.
Yeah. I remembered because like I said, I remember getting this on VHS and widescreen, and
I'm amazed you were able to get it on widescreen on VHS. That's
there were some VHSs that
it
were
was the
widescreen.
90s, man. Everything was widescreen VHS. You had a choice, didn't you?
Sometimes.
Most of the big movies.
I remember when they re-released the Star Wars movies the first time on VHS, you could actually buy widescreen editions of them.
I've got those. I still have those. Yeah.
Yeah, that was early 90s, wasn't it?
Came in a box set with a hologram on the cover.
Die Hard and Aliens and stuff like that. All re-released, weren't they?
Yeah, because my parents had gotten the pan and scan version. So when the special editions came out, I bought those for myself, and I got them in widescreen VHS. I remember that. But
I had them before special edition. That was, it was 89 or 90. They come out widescreen.
Oh wow! Okay.
Over here.
Yeah, remember I got
first
Fargo
widescreen TV I had.
Oh, really?
Because even though the VHSs were in widescreen, it was still a 4:3 image with the bars, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that was like that
so
for
you got
a while.
widescreen TV, and it literally stretched the image.
Huh. Just wondered how that worked. I was basically stuck with CRTs till I got my plasma.
Yeah, I don't think I stuck with CRTs. So they brought out LCD screens at one point, didn't they? But they look crap.
They were terrible. I know that they improved them later on. I think it was a different kind of LCD came out later, but yeah, the original LCDs were just the
all blocky. I couldn't deal with fast motion very well either.
And I guess they say OLED is the standard now. Maybe you probably know better than me, and that's like the new plasma, right? OLED, I think.
Yeah.
Oh. Were you surprised?
I was.
You know why? Because we had the dream sequence of him dead, right?
Yeah. I really thought it was Kittredge was the bad guy.
Well, at this point, we might still think it because John Voight, big Hollywood royalty actor.
See, and Mr. Phelps even said it was Kittredge. But we do get some nice editing coming up here. Phelps starts describing it, and Tom Cruise is visioning it in his head as it really went down. Thought that was clever.
See, John Voight was in the National Treasure movies, wasn't he? Or at least in the second one, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't really know him from that many other movies, to be honest with you.
Midnight Cowboy, I know him from because that was his big hit early on in his career.
It was Deliverance, wasn't it?
Deliverance was another one, yeah.
Or Anaconda.
I've never seen. I've been meaning to. It's one I probably should have seen.
Oh, right, cool. Of course, Runaway Train. Excellent film.
Runaway Train. Runaway Train. I think I've seen Runaway, not Runaway Train. I think that's not the one with Denzel Washington and Chris Pine, right?
No, that's a redo.
Okay, so this must have been the original. Okay, no, I haven't seen that.
He plays opposite Eric Roberts.
Oh, I'll have to look for it.
They're escaped prisoners on a train that won't stop.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I think the one with Washington and Pine was just called Runaway, I think.
Mm.
Oh, maybe it wasn't called that. No, I got to find out what it's called. No, it's bugging me.
Who's the president in Pearl Harbor?
Oh,
Enemy of the State.
So he still has doubt if Claire is in on this or not.
right. Did you trust Claire?
No. Never trust a woman.
You said it. I didn't have to.
No,
Especially in that circumstance.
Yeah.
That's what we call the femme fatale, right?
They don't know where to put their allegiance.
President of the United States is running the country without your permission. Mm-hmm. Never mind. The name of that was Unstoppable. That was the name of that movie. You ever see Unstoppable, Birdman?
No. Do I need to?
It's about a train that gets off the tracks and it's got chemicals on it. It's going to destroy a town, and Chris Pine and Denzel Washington have to stop it. That's
That's a good movie.
it's not bad. I liked it. Yeah.
You should watch stuff whether it's good or bad. Find out for yourself.
That's true. Because how are you going to know until you see it for yourself, right? Yeah. I used to watch Ebert and Roper reviews, Siskel reviews back in the day, and it's not so much that I always agreed with their reviews, but I could always at least pinpoint if I would like a movie or not, usually based on their review. Whether even though my taste don't necessarily lie with theirs, I could usually figure it out from watching their review. A couple times though, I was wrong, but
yeah, they got so much wrong, didn't they?
They got some things wrong. Yeah, I remember. I don't know. There was that one movie, Enemy at the Gates. I know people like it, but I found it a chore to get through.
I enjoyed that.
It's all right. And like I said, they liked it too, but it's.
I used to watch all that kind of stuff and read everything, and I just make my own mind up now.
Well, you know what I'm going to say? Back in the day, too, going to a theater was a lot cheaper, too, than it is now. It was, get in.
Not
Get
over
in.
here, it's gone the other way around.
Oh, the movie's gotten cheaper?
Mm.
Huh.
At one point, it did go really expensive. But now it's seemed to come down a lot.
Interesting. I wonder if
people stop going and just trying to get you in there now.
Trying to get the. I did notice when I saw the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, they charged me matinee prices for my adult tickets, so I thought that was interesting.
Maybe you got the senior citizen rate.
Please, I'm not there yet. Now that's always been a bit of contention. Like she's kissing his hand. Like what happens between then and here?
He probably goes to bed because I don't think he's trusting her to do much
I
else.
don't know. You know what it is? It's not so much that I thought that John Voight was the bad guy, but I knew something was there was gonna be a rug pulled out. That's what I could tell. Like something is not what it seems, but I didn't think it was necessarily him. But something felt odd. Like I thought, Kit Rich is obviously too easy. Here we go. Is this the channel?
That's a great shot. That's something you don't get these days in films. Everything would be transferred over the net, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
All these old films are like the disc, like the physical media.
You need the disc, yes.
You've got to transfer it off of the disc, and it takes like 20 minutes. I remember downloading MP3s on dial-up.
Oh, how did that go?
It would take like 7 hours to get one song. These days, you download an album in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
If that. It's amazing how far that's come with speeds.
Yeah, dial-up was terrible. Oh, yeah, that's why I couldn't. I'm thinking watching the trailers. I couldn't think of even watching a trailer on the internet back in the early days, let alone a full-length movie over 'em, like I'm doing now. Actually,
No, well, you had to download it, didn't you? Because the net
oh
wasn't
yeah,
fast enough to stream it anyway.
no way. Yeah, no way.
Yeah, that's just going back to that episode 1 trailer. I think that took me something stupid like 9 hours to download like a less than 2 minute trailer.
Hmm.
And even then, the resolution, it was like a postage stamp.
Yep. Yeah, they were always small.
But you still loved watching it.
That's all you had, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember you could buy CD-ROMs, and I got a James Bond CD-ROM, and it had like the neat thing was, it had like little trailers and little clips from all the different Bond movies on it.
I had one Bond encyclopedia like that.
Yeah, yeah, it might have been something similar. Yeah, yeah,
Even that was really slow loading.
yep.
I remember AOL back in the day. Yeah.
You've
I
got
remember when I called cancel AOL, they kept dropping the price down, and I think they ended up like, what about $2 a month for the rest of your life? And I'm like, I don't have a phone. I can't use you anymore.
You get those free internet discs in the mail. You get free internet if you put this on your computer.
It was always free internet, but you still had to pay for the call.
Yeah, plus there were all kinds of ads too, I think, on those things too. Like,
Yeah. You still had to pay for the phone line time. So you were like, today you just jump on the net and don't care.
yeah.
But back then you were like eye on the time. And then your parents wanted to use the phone line. They pick the phone up and all they can hear is all this squelching. Like, you on the internet? Get off. I want to call someone, or I'm waiting for a call.
It's funny in my house, if they picked up the phone, it would knock us off the internet. That was a big problem. That would happen.
All right, it didn't happen with us. You could actually hear the squelching and stuff down there.
I remember that. Yeah, my brother said that's a beautiful sound. It's two computers talking to each other.
I even got that when I moved out. I was using dial-up.
Mm-hmm.
People trying to ring me.
Yep.
For mobiles. I've been trying to ring you. Eventually get through. I've been trying to ring you for hours. You've been on the internet. You've been engaged the whole time. I was like, yeah.
Well, it was the best source for like news. That's what I would go on the internet for. It would be entertainment news usually, but it was instant. You could find out what's happening, which would take you a month otherwise, right?
Yeah, that filled the gap in between the magazines coming out, didn't it?
Yeah, and I still bought magazines too, even for a while after that. But forget it. It's got it instantly. I like that line. Having tasted the goods. Did you like that? It's like
That's kind of like a crass thing to say about your wife.
yeah, kinda.
It's glasses.
Mm-hmm.
That predated the Google. Remember when the Google Glass come out?
Yeah, that's right.
That
It's
didn't
like
catch on, did it?
it's like that joke in Austin Powers where in the '60s he's communicating to Michael York's character Basil Exposition through through like the TV screen, and it looks nice and crisp, and then in the '90s he's communicating him and it's all it's all like
Yeah.
that internet, you know, fragmented image and everything, and
Yeah.
it's like it's there goes Claire. Were you sad about this?
It's kind of cold to kill your wife. I mean,
Well, gotta cut those loose ends, right?
I guess. Cricket. Cricket.
Cricket, stop barking during the big set piece. This is the big part. Now, granted, in later Mission Impossible movies, you get scenes like this more often, but this was
this was the first grand set piece, wasn't it?
this is worth the wait. I have to say. I like the little details. His coat just goes flying off. That's how bad the wind is. It's just.
They had a huge wind machine doing this, so he's really getting blown. Say hello. Say hello to the internet. Say hello, internet.
What?
Cricket.
Oh, I
Cricket
see.
talking. Hello.
I see. Hello, Cricket. How you doing?
Wait, the boomer.
Okay, I see him. We get back to the movie now.
How did he actually expect to get on that helicopter anyway?
I'm wondering how. I mean, how well this was thought through. I don't know, but yeah, this is just.
I mean, all you gotta do is just connect the rope to yourself, right? And then you're good to go.
Yeah. Like the music here.
Mm.
Uh,
It's just absolutely ludicrous that he managed to survive, not just explode right then.
right. But it looks cool.
Yeah.
No? I would have liked more Mission Impossible theme, like right here. That would have been, I think, better.
Yeah, no, you don't need it here, do you? This is the peril bit.
You don't want to overuse it.
I agree, but I think they underused it in this film, and that was my problem with this film score. I'm not saying it's not a good film score.
I disagree with you there. I think it's just right. It's when you've got the peril and stuff like that, you don't want that music. That's the like, yeah, we're gonna go do it music. But at the moment, they're not.
Yeah, you're supposed to think that Ethan Hunt's not going to make it out of this. The effects here are incredible. Is this all model work? Was it even? I don't think they were using CGI at this point, right? Not model work. Obviously, that's. I don't know. Never mind. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh!
If you were to clip that in the slightest, you're dead. It works though, doesn't it? Like, there you go. That's when the music kicks in. This is a triumph.
Yep. There we go. Here's your theme, Bird.
This is what I've been waiting the entire movie to hear. We have 15 people watching. Bravo, people. What are your thoughts on the score for Mission Impossible? I think they should have used this more.
We got the gum.
I disagree. It's 2-1.
Yeah, I think it works fine. Oh!
I remember the first time I saw it, I was just in awe. That was brilliant.
Shame all that money went to waste, huh? Yeah.
That driver getting up and fainting is just a throwback to Bond, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Very Roger Moore-ish.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the guy with the wine glass? Yeah, yeah.
No, the driver fainting.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, Retro, what songs are on the soundtrack? Because the only song I really remember in this movie is Dreams by the Cranberries.
Hold on, I can pull it up for you right here, Birdman.
I've got it in front of me.
Oh, he's got it. Okay. Ving Rhames, who would return in Mission Impossible 2. Just think about that for a little bit.
Dreams by the Cranberries. That's it. All the others has got the asterisks on saying it's not contained in the movie.
But they could have been. That's how you're supposed to think of it, right?
The CD opens up with obviously the theme by Larry Mullen and Adam Clayton. Then you got a track by Massive Attack. That's not in the movie. Pulp. That's not in the movie. Then you got a score piece by Danny Elfman. You've got a track by Bjork. That's not in the movie. You got Weak by Skunk Anansie. That's not in the movie. On and On by Long Pigs. That's not in the movie. You got another score piece. The Cranberries. A track by Gavin Friday. That's not in the movie. A track by Salt. That's not in the movie. Another piece of score. Nicolette track and Cast track. Even because Adam Clayton and Larry Mullen did another track, didn't they? Called Mission Accomplished. That's not even in the movie. So yeah, 10 out of the 15 tracks aren't actually in it.
You like this take on the Mission Impossible theme, Birdman?
I like it better than that Abomination had in the second one.
You know what? I have that album.
Cool, man.
No, we're not friends anymore, Boomer.
Dude, we need to watch Mission Impossible 2 at some point.
Yeah. It's the sequel to this.
We got to do them all.
That's what we're doing now, isn't it? So
Listen,
There's some great stunts in number 2.
yes, it had that idea of a virus being made in a lab somewhere, and
Yeah.
That is so far fetched, Boomer. That would never
Okay,
ever
I
happen.
know. I'm just saying. Anyway,
And then
listen.
you've got the Metallica theme that Birdman loves.
Yeah, that's right.
Limp Bizkit as well.
Limp Bizkit, come on.
Yeah, I'm a big Limp Biscuit fan. That and
Well, it was
Sausage
Limp
Baby
Bizkit that
Biscuit,
did
my
the theme,
two
wasn't it?
favorite things.
Metallica had the song "I Disappear," wasn't it?
Come on, you had the doves flying and Ethan Hunt and his arch nemesis racing toward each other on the motorcycles and then attacking each other midair and all that. And come on.
You know the baddie in number 2. He gave up he was originally cast as the role of Wolverine in X-Men, and he turned it down to do Mission Impossible 2.
Wow.
And
Interesting.
no one's ever seen him since. Doug Ray Scott.
Huh. Well, I don't know if I can blame him because at that point, superhero movies were kind of in the doldrums.
Yeah.
And Mission Impossible was already a certified hit series.
Exactly.
But yeah. Who knows? Who knew, right? I like Hugh Jackman anyway, so.
Yeah, we got to do 2.
Yes, Richard Phillips, that's what you would call a mistake, a colossal mistake.
Look, Mission Impossible 2. Actually, do you like Face Off, Birdman? Face Off?
I didn't see Face Off. Is that a John Woo film?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
You've not seen Face Off, man.
It is Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
Yeah,
That was like the big movie that summer. That was. How did you not see it?
I'm not a John Travolta fan.
After I saw Mission Impossible, man.
After I saw Mission Impossible 2, I swore off all John Woo-ness for the rest of my life.
Oh my! You're ridiculous. Hold on.
Oh man.
Face Off, 1990. That was the movie of 1997.
Oh.
That was.
You've got to see Face Off, man.
I saw that movie 3 times in the theater.
I watched it. I saw it twice in the theater, 2 days running.
There you go.
Wow.
See,
it's that good.
You not watch Face Off.
They're on about doing a sequel to that as well.
What? With John Travolta and wait a minute.
Yeah.
They can't do a sequel to it.
I don't quite know how.
I guess anyone can take on the persona of the villain, right? Since they have his audio recordings.
They can put him to go back in and meet someone that doesn't know he's dead, I suppose.
I don't know. Yeah, right. He's been in severe lockup for this past 20 years. He doesn't know. He doesn't know that Castor Troy is dead. So you have to go in there again. Just Castor Troy's twin brother. No, he didn't have a twin brother. It doesn't make any sense because he had a younger. They can't even introduce that plot element to it. It's all right, Paramount. Good old Paramount. Just stop doing Star Trek related stuff and we'll be fine. Okay. It's funny. I might continue watching on my Vudu. There are 2 other movies there, and one is Blade Runner 2049. The other is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from, I believe, 89. There you go. All right.
Well, that was Mission Impossible, folks. I know RetroReels has to get to sleep because it's 3-something in the morning.
I'm buzzing now.
Oh, you're buzzing now?
Now, next week is what? Black Rain?
Black Rain. Yes,
let's
sir.
do it before it's off Paramount Plus. I watched it for the first time over the 4th of July weekend.
What did you think?
It's good. It's interesting. Is that Hans Zimmer doing the score for that?
Yes.
Okay.
That was my introduction to Hans Zimmer.
Okay. All right. So we'll do that next week.
There's nothing wrong with Black Rain. But between Black Rain and Face Off, you should have seen Face Off and not Black Rain.
We're going to get to Face Off, man.
I consider like Black Rain and Alien and Blade Runner to be Ridley Scott's like holy trilogy.
Okay.
How do you link Black Rain to Blade Runner and Alien?
I think that's his 3 best films from Ridley Scott.
Okay.
What about
I'm
Legend?
not saying they're connected, but if I had to pick 3 Ridley Scott films to take into the bunker with me when the space aliens come, it would be those 3.
I'd
Not
have
Robin Hood,
Thelma and
huh?
Louise instead, or Legend.
I mean, that's cool. We can have different opinions. And we all know I have trouble
Yeah.
counting 3, so I could probably throw in like 5, 6, or 12 other movies in there and still say my top 3.
Yeah.
House of Gucci. That was his last one, right?
We've all got different opinions, but some people's opinions are correct, like me and Boomer saying about Face Off.
Come on.
Thank you, Richard Fulton, for backing me up on Black Rain.
In defense of Birdman, he may come on our side if he actually sees it. He may actually see this is brilliant. I don't know why I avoided this for so long. This has actually reshaped my opinion of Mission Impossible 2. I'm just
I don't know if that's going to happen, but we can give it a try.
The thing is, if you've seen a film and you don't like it, that's fair enough. But to not watch it and say not interested or you don't want to see it, just watch it anyway.
Gotta watch it at least once.
You'll be pleasantly surprised.
It's a valid point. I'll watch Face Off.
Joe Bob Briggs has a cameo in that.
And Face Off?
Yeah, the drive-in movie critic guy. It's funny. I met him. He actually was doing a reading at a community college in my area, and I actually got to talk to him briefly. And I said, "Were you in Face Off?" And he said, "Yes." And he said, "Yes, I was." And he says, "Because John Woo was a big fan of Joe Bob Briggs, he says I have to put you in one of my movies." And that's how he ended up in Face Off, in that brief scene where he's the prison torturer. I guess he tortures people in the prison. That was his role.
Yeah, we're going to, like I said before, we're going to have to come up with a series called Educating Birdman.
I think Face Off.
We're going to have to make a list of movies that shouldn't be missed and find out which ones you haven't seen.
How did you avoid Face Off in summer of '97?
I told you I'm just not a John Travolta fan, and Nicolas Cage.
Why is that though? From where have you got that you don't like John Travolta? The dancing movies.
He's just never appealed to me.
Oh my goodness.
He was okay in Look Who's Talking. I thought he was cute.
What?
He was okay in that movie.
What turned you off him though? There must have been one film you saw with him in.
Fiction? You didn't like that? Did you not like Saturday Night Fever?
I never saw Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, that's Gene Siskel's favorite movie. Did you know that?
You say you've not seen Grease next, didn't you?
Grease? Have I seen The Rock? Yes, I've seen The Rock, and no, I did not enjoy The Rock.
Well, The Rock was. It's funny. When Sean Connery died, I'm like, I have to celebrate his death. Let me not celebrate the fact he died, but do something because he died. I never actually saw The Rock, so I watched The Rock like the weekend right after he died, and that was interesting. I'd never seen it before. I somehow I missed it back in the day, so I decided to watch it. Yeah, cool.
So you've not seen like Broken Arrow with Travolta or Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, Broken Arrow. That Christian Slater was in that, right? Yeah,
that's another good one.
Travolta. I think Face Off, good Travolta movie though. Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, what's a surprisingly good Travolta movie? He's the villain in it though. The remake of Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
not bad. I usually hate remakes, but that was a decent remake. And he was the villain in that. Yeah. Okay.
So have you seen Pulp Fiction?
No.
Are you winding us up? Man.
Don't even say you don't like Tarantino, man. You'll get half the internet attacking you.
That's true.
You like Kill Bill, right? Come on, Kill Bill. Everybody likes Kill Bill.
I didn't see Kill Bill.
Oh my goodness, dude!
Before I lose any more cool points on the internet,
call yourself a fan, man.
I'm envious of you. You get to see Tarantino movies for the first time.
Okay. Well.
Anyway, you would like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There's a cool scene with the dog in that movie. The dog has his day.
Sounds ominous.
It's not ominous for the dog. That's all I'm going to say.
We're gonna have to come up with a list for you. and find out what you haven't seen. And
Face
pull
Off,
the
though.
error
That
of
was,
your ways.
that was like the big movie, summer of '97. That was what everybody was talking about. That was back when they had R-rated, big budget R-rated movies in theaters that were blockbusters before everything went PG-13.
What was my big movie for '97?
I don't know. Was that Eraser? Was that Eraser summer? No, that was '98.
That was '96.
I don't remember. I don't remember what was. What the heck was
Face
'97?
Off has got a good score as well.
Con Air was '97 because I know they came out the same summer because it was the Nick Cage summer because he was in Con Air as well that summer. But
it was 95, 96, 97. The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off, the Nicolas Cage trilogy.
yeah, there you go.
Richard Fullerton's asking, has anyone seen Blowout?
Yes, I have.
I've seen
Brilliant
it.
film.
It took me a while. Actually, I hadn't seen that till like a couple
Brian
years
De
ago.
Palma.
It's funny. I got in a De Palma kick because I realized I saw Body Double and I was floored with how brilliant Body Double was. What Brian De Palma was trying to do, he was trying to take the Hitchcock suspense movie but set it in modern times, like the '80s, and I don't know, and everybody ragged on him for it, and I thought, no, I think he was onto something here, and just but
Got some figures there from Big Al.
23 million.
Just those figures there, it should impress you, Birdman, to watch it.
So yeah, what were just give me some big films from '97. Something that you think I would have actually watched.
97.
Was '97 Men in Black?
Star Wars Special Edition. Yeah,
Okay.
Men in Black.
Oh, Men in Black. No, maybe was Men in Black '97. I think it was. Yeah. Oh no, when was the X-Files movie?
I know what you did last
that was
summer.
98.
Alien Resurrection, The Fifth Element, Event Horizon, Spawn, Dante's Peak, and Volcano.
Yeah, I remember both of those came out at the
Jackie
same
Brown.
time.
Saw
You
Alien
wouldn't have
Resurrection.
seen that, though. Tomorrow Never Dies, Devil's Advocate, Air Force One,
Air Force One. That would have been my movie of '97 right there.
Conspiracy
Air Force
Theory, The
I saw
Jackal, Flubber, Liar Liar, Absolute Power, Austin Powers, Starship Troopers, Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
Oh.
Something called Titanic. What was that about?
Yeah, Batman and Robin.
Yeah. Oh, I remember Batman and Robin.
Scream 2.
That was the summer of '97. Oh, Scream 2.
Speed 2. That was a turkey.
I didn't see Speed 2. I'm like, where's Keanu? I'm like, I'm done. I'm not seeing this. This is. I even asked around, was it any good? My friend said no. They were not pleased with Speed 2. So I never saw it. Maybe I should watch it, though. You're right. Maybe I should watch it. Maybe it holds up better now compared to what Tomorrow Never Dies. I saw that. The Full Monty. Dude. Did you see the Full Monty, Birdman?
No.
Okay. You'd be getting into trouble with us if you saw the Full Monty and not Face Off. Okay. As Good as It Gets. I remember when that came out. That was a big Jack Nicholson vehicle. That was a good year for movies. That was a good Oscar for movies. That was like the one time where like a lot of the Oscar picks were actual good movies. It was like L.A. Confidential was nominated. I remember that. That was a good one. That is a great Jerry Goldsmith score, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, you must have seen that because it's a Goldsmith.
Yeah, that's a good Goldsmith score. And it's funny, guys. I think I had to buy the score separately because they released the score separately because they had the soundtrack. Soundtrack was pretty good too, though, because it had all the songs they used in the movie from that period. So that was interesting.
I haven't got the soundtrack. I've got they put it out for Record Store Day a few years ago. Perez put a LP of the soundtrack out.
Cool.
Of the score, rather.
Well, Richard, if you're still in the on the stream, if you'd like to join in on Black Rain next week, let me know, and we can make that happen. If you'd like to come on a show, we can discuss Black Rain together.
Yeah, I'm giving that one a pass in disgust that you haven't seen Face Off.
We'll schedule Facebook sometime. Do you have the?
Facebook.
Does that have a good score? Did I
Off.
say Facebook?
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's
It's
the
like
sequel to Face Off. It'll be Facebook. It'll be
Yeah.
about a Facebook fan page for Castor Troy, and it's causing imitators, and so he has to.
Yeah, you got to correct the error of your ways, Mr. Birdman.
how about Howard's End? Remains the Day.
Are you kidding me? What?
I like those films.
I know, but
There's nothing wrong with those films.
I'm not saying there is anything wrong. I'm just saying, but they don't have. Does
the-
does Anthony Hopkins put his face on somebody else in those movies?
If you
No.
enjoyed Anthony Hopkins in that, why didn't you enjoy Anthony Hopkins in Mission Impossible 2?
Yeah, he was the Phelps villain. There's a wonderful line in Mission Impossible 2 when Ethan Hunt says, "So are you saying you won't do it?" I'm not saying I won't do it. I'm just saying it will be difficult. Well, it's not mission difficult. It's Mission Impossible. Difficult should be a walk in the park for you. That was a great line he said. I can't imitate his voice, but that was a good line. Come on. Mission Impossible 2. I like that part with I'm telling you, they're making this virus in a lab to kind of fix things, and then terrorists steal them. It's going to get
So
on the
fictional.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's tied to real. It's like a what if, and it was just interesting. I'm just saying. Anyway,
Richard, go to the comment on this video, like pretty quick, and then I will comment with my email address, and then you can email me your email address, and then I can get you the link for the show next week if you're told to come on.
And at some point, we'll have to do Face Off.
We will do Face Off. We can have an entire month of movies Birdman has never seen because it's not.
It'll take longer than a month, won't it?
Oh,
Probably would. Boogie
Face
Nights.
Off.
I have not seen Boogie Nights either.
no.
Oh, where have you been, man?
Oh, no.
I have seen still images from Boogie Nights on the internet.
What?
You can
Okay.
type in Julianne Moore Boogie Nights and see all kinds of it.
More Heather Graham, but
Well, if you
Our
enjoyed
Graham,
those still
I
images of
prefer-
Boogie Nights,
I prefer Julianne Moore myself, but I would not turn Heather Graham down.
you know, Julianne Moore was in Nonstop with Liam Neeson. There you go.
Okay.
All right, so she's sort of like the pseudo love interest in that because he's. Anyway, what was it though? Boogie Nights. I think I had the soundtrack. That was just a soundtrack because it was all the songs they used in the movie. But that was a good one.
How have I missed so many good movies? Good movies is a relative term, and
Everybody was talking about Boogie Nights, man.
You just
in the
decided to
90s,
watch all the bad ones
I was working a lot in the 90s, and I didn't have a whole lot of money. Like, I remember when The Patriot came out, and I had to buy the soundtrack because it was John Williams, and I had to eat Taco Bell for like an entire week because I bought The Patriot on CD, and it was disgusting. Taco Bell was disgusting. Patriot was beautiful.
They don't have a Ralliers or Checkers where you live. Could have gone
I
there.
couldn't afford that, Boomer. I had to eat at Taco
That's not
Bell.
more money than Taco Bell. It can't be.
This was when Taco Bell was like 49 cents for a taco, my friend.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
dude, you're depressing me.
Well, I need to get to bed.
Yeah, it's late. It's late, but we'll have you on it. Well, and again, RetroReels. We'll do Face Off at some point. That sounds like a plan.
definitely.
And everyone, subscribe to Retro's channel and check out some of his videos. He's got a marvelous back catalog. If you want to see some reviews on some 4K DVDs, he's your man. Check him out. And Boomer's got a
I
show.
might even do a review of Face Off.
There you go.
Do a review Face Off.
Just to
Excellent.
show you how wrong you are.
Okay. And Boomer's got a show coming up Sunday night.
Yeah, Geeky
Right?
Geezers, 9 o'clock.
Geeky
I don't know what
Geezers,
I'm doing yet. So yes. All right, cool.
And we will be back next week with Black Rain.
Black Rain. Looking forward to it.
Ian and I are doing an abbreviated Batman show because Eric is on vacation in Newfoundland. We are doing a Patriot watch through on Monday, normal time, 1:30 CST. Check us out. Dops, don't chop. Keep listening to great film music. Thank you, Retro, for staying up so late and joining in. And Boomer, thank you as always. And we will see you all later. And Richard, I need to get up with you, so leave me a comment. Thank y'all.